The most important way that you can organize your kitchen costs you nothing, and all you need are some Post-it notes. I'm here in Krista's kitchen. If you remember, we organized Krista's very messy bedroom and gave her the dream closet makeover. And while we were here, we noticed that she was renovating her kitchen. The first time we came, it was definitely the old dated kitchen. And when we came back, it was fabulous. I absolutely love it. And I asked her if I could snoop around. And what I saw was the number one organizing mistake that I see in most kitchens, which is improper zoning. So I asked her if we could come back. She's actually on vacation, and we could just use her for her kitchen. So I can show you how to zone your kitchen properly. And all you need is a stack of Post-its and a pen. When you're looking at your kitchen and trying to decide where the things you use every single day will go, remember the valuable real estate rule. Anything from waist to eye level is your valuable real estate, which means you have to put the things you use every day from your waist to eye level. So top drawers and the lowest bottom shelf of your upper cabinets, that can only have things you use multiple times every single day. So while I was snooping, I was like, spices above the sink. That's different. How often do you cook with spices? And Krista and her husband said every single day. So you're at the stove, you're doing your thing. Quick, I need paprika. And you're running over the sink. Totally doesn't make sense. And I'm making fun of her, but the truth is a lot of people do this. Again, you're here, you want to flip. Where's your spatula? Nope, this is bread. Over here would make sense. Nope, that's oven mitts. You have to run across the kitchen to find what you need. Plates, right? Should be right above the dishwasher. Nope, ha ha ha, so funny. Here's the thing, true organization is about being super lazy. Super lazy. You have to identify the thing you use the most and then put it so you walk the least amount of steps. So if you're emptying the dishwasher, your dishes should be right beside the dishwasher or like one step away. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start with Post-its and think about the things that you use the most often. Your spatula, your dishes, your glasses, and we're going to write those on the Post-its and then put them in the place that makes the most sense. Right off the bat, the first thing you use the most often are plates and glasses. So right above the dishwasher makes sense. And again, she has like fancy wine glasses, things like that. Now, that can be somewhere else. You don't have to keep all your glasses together. So I'm gonna write glasses on here. I also think we could lower a shelf and put her everyday dishes, like plates in here as well. So this can be double duty. So we're gonna go glasses and dishes. Here's the thing, it's not gonna be perfect. Nobody's kitchen is set up perfectly. There's not a drawer for cutlery right here, which is unfortunate, but that's the thing. Everybody's kitchen will be different and nobody's will be set up exactly right. But if you have in your mind laziness is the number one priority, that will help you. And you start by just identifying where things should go. The next thing you use the most often are spatulas. You use like spoons for stirring, a potato masher. So we're gonna call those utensils, even though they're not like cutlery. And again, right beside the stove. Right now, there's bread, which honestly, below the toaster kind of makes sense, but you use bread less often than you use utensils. So this is where the utensils are gonna go. Let me see. Yep, we can move those. Fancy dishes, fine, fine. The next thing you use the most often, I feel like is spices, right? She definitely says she cooks with spices every meal. So spices need a valuable real estate. And right beside the stove, this is the perfect cabinet. When I was talking to Krista, she had mentioned she loves using like mixing bowls quite often. So this is where we're getting to the not perfect, but it's Post-its so we can move things around. I do think bakeware, mixing bowls could be located here, but also I would keep pots and pans right beside the stove, especially if you quickly need a pot lid because something's overflowing or something. But she has them currently in her island. I want to try to see if we can get pots and pans in these deep cabinets here. Again, because we can move things around with the Post-its, it's not like you have to have it perfect this first time. So what if we move mixing bowls over here and we do pots and pans, because she has a lot of them right beside the stove. In where I would probably keep pots and pans, she has a lot of like plastic wrap and baggies. But if I was packing up leftovers, I wouldn't be standing here. If I was making lunch, I wouldn't be standing here because there's not enough counter space. If this was my kitchen, I would stand here at the big island so I could spread things out and I could make sandwiches. So I do think creating kind of a Tupperware food storage section in here makes way more sense. So we're gonna go baggies and we're gonna go food storage in the island. Where's her strainer for pasta? Pasta strainer, where are you? All hands on deck, let's find the strainer. No?
Over top of the fridge?
No?
No.
Oh, is this her strainer? Stop it. Stop it. This is used at least once a week. Why the heck is it stored in the moon at the ceiling? That's a hard no, friends. This is so important to do that. Think about the things you use all the time and then go around and give it home. So I'm gonna continue snooping, writing Post-its, and then we're gonna shift and readjust. Everything's planned with Post-its. Now comes step 2. This step sucks and it can feel overwhelming. So there are 2 options here. Basically, we're stuff shuffling all the kitchen into the now new zoned areas. This can feel very overwhelming because you're basically trashing your whole kitchen. So the first option is one cabinet at a time. So you're taking everything out of the one cabinet and then you're moving the new stuff in, and then you can take the stuff that was in that cabinet and move it to the empty space. That's option 1. The other option is we go cabinet by cabinet. So we're moving this into here. Now whatever was in that space, we're moving to the next location and then moving that stuff to the next location and so on and so forth. Friends, it's going to take a while. So definitely triage your time. How much time do you have to dedicate? Are you going to do one cabinet at a time and just do a swap? Or are you going to go cabinet by cabinet, drawer by drawer, and tackle the entire kitchen today? We're obviously doing the entire kitchen. One cabinet down, 50 million to go. But everyday glasses and dishes are there, so now we're gonna do the stuff shuffle of the spices. Spices looking fab. Definitely zoned it for the ones she uses the most often, easiest to reach, and all the oils. So now we're moving on to utensils. So your spatula, your potato masher, this is where they should go. So I'm taking this out and I'm gonna put the best of the best in here. Truth time, she has way too many. I already saw, you don't need 50 million spatulas. So what I'm gonna do is shop her stuff, and when it's full, it's full. The drawer is the bad guy. I feel like this is good. We're not over jamming this drawer. It's all the utensils she uses the most often, so all the overflow and lesser used ones are gonna go in here. Another quick tip when organizing is using Dana K. White's The Container Concept. What that is saying is your whole house is a container, your drawer is a container, and you can only keep what fits. So when we're zoning this for extra utensils, if it doesn't fit, we can't keep it. Let every drawer and every cabinet be the bad guy, and that will help you know what to keep and what to let go of. I think I'm gonna try to get the pots and pans beside the stove. It just makes sense if you need to quickly grab a lid or another pot and pan. I'd like them to be close by, but I don't know if there's room. So we're definitely just gonna give it a try. This makes sense actually for cutlery, but I'm gonna give it a little swoosh and organization. She's got like a bunch of repeats. You do not need 4 garlic presses. So I'm gonna take a few of the duplicates out. This drawer I think would be perfect for the plastic baggies and sandwich wraps because this is where I would stand to make leftovers. So I'm gonna do this area really quickly. Food storage, her big mixing bowls that she really wanted, all of that in this area here. This is the face of someone who may be regretting all of her life choices because trying to do an entire kitchen in just a few hours, not smart. It is 1 o'clock. Hopefully we can finish this by 5, fingers crossed. If you are stressed at home and you have also trashed your kitchen, it's okay. Say it with me. It's just the messy middle. It's all part of the process. All the food storage is zoned in a great home. Everything looks awesome. I made sure that every bottom has a lid. You gotta do this too. And if you come across like extra lids and extra bottoms, they go. No questions asked. You're not allowed to keep them. Once I'm done everything that they touch and use on a daily basis, now comes the fun part. I feel like this is step 3, and that is looking at your kitchen differently and not just zoning the stuff you use every day, but think about how can I create different places for different activities that I'm doing in the kitchen, like baking. Can I have a baking station or a tea and coffee station? Can I have a breakfast station? Thinking about your kitchen in this way is a really fun way to like reorganize it, but most importantly, make it really functional. Krista and her husband have a coffee maker on their kitchen counter, but now that they have this new bar here, I thought this was the perfect spot to zone for a little beverage station. So I'm gonna move the coffee maker here, and this drawer will be for teas and coffees and things like, I don't know, the bottle opener, things you would use for like preparing fancy drinks. A drink station. And to make it happen is literally some bins from the dollar store. So dollar store dividers and some zoning is all it takes. This drawer is going to be like for junk, I guess. And I played Jenga with all the little drawer dividers we got from the dollar store. Should I have measured? Probably. Did I? Absolutely not. But it worked out. It's like a glove. So now I'm just gonna fill this with the stuff that they use every day. So, you know, batteries, tape, you get the idea. And move it around till it works. We even have space to make an entertaining drawer, which is so fun. So napkins and paper plates and all the like little cutlery, everything organized in one drawer. There's space on space on space now. And that's the whole secret of zoning. Like once you start creating functional spaces, it's amazing how much more room you start to have in your kitchen. We are in the home stretch. We're quickly going to tackle this pantry. Right now I'm looking and there's canned goods mixed in with sides, mixed in with snacks. This is key zoning no-nos. We want every single shelf to be a distinct category.
Oh no.
Oh no. Is it rice?
Brown lentils literally everywhere.
That sucks. All the food is organized. Every shelf has a different category. And I actually found a lot of like breakfast stuff while we were doing this. So we moved it all over with the toaster and the toast and the bread. So they have an entire cabinet dedicated just for breakfast, which makes sense. It's another zone. This has been fun, but also we spilled rice and we spilled lentils. So quick tip, my friends, make sure that you are sealing your bags before you just put them back in your cabinet. Okay. This is nice, it's decorative, but I'm actually gonna relocate some of this because it doesn't make sense. It's not super practical, so we can have this great little coffee station right here. And as much as I love this, I think it's gonna leave and go in a different room. Oh, everything is zoned and put away. We can take these off. Krista is on vacation, so I'm not revealing to her. So guess what? I get to reveal to you. I'm gonna show you the before and after and show you how functional this kitchen really is. I just noticed something before I reveal it to you. She says she's a ladybug, but I feel like she has some butterfly tendencies because on the side of her fridge are 50 million hideous magnets. I can't. I'm gonna hide them on the other side of the fridge. Don't judge me. Let me know in the comments below if you are a magnet on the fridge person or if it also makes your eye twitch like it does me. Okay, let's hide it. Post it, post it, post it. Okay. Are you ready for the reveal? If you remember before, her everyday plates were right here, really far from the dishwasher. Now we have a breakfast cabinet, which is perfect because it's right beside the toaster. All of her bread, which used to be in the drawer, and cereals and spreads right where she needs them. Where the bread used to be, now has tea towels, which totally makes sense. They used to be like at the back underneath the sink, hard to get to, place of honor, and the pots and pans are now stored right beside the stove. But the best thing is, of course, spatula and spoons. Da, 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 da. I don't even remember what was in here before, but let me tell you, it was not what should have been there. And it was like the little things and like the extra spoons and the word is escaping me. Who's gonna get there, Emily? Oven mitt. The oven mitt and pans and oh my gosh, what's in here? Oh yeah, spices. That makes a whole heck of a lot more sense than over the sink. Stop it, Krista, stop it. This is so cool. She's gonna be so excited. Extra stuff up here. Let me see what else. So the medication that was on the counter, we actually have in this cabinet along with the blender and her smoothie stuff and the protein powder, which was in the pantry, is now here. We have entertaining glasses and her weird water bottles here, and the most functional thing of all, her everyday glasses and plates right above the dishwasher. And that is where yours should be too. Da, 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 da. Oh man, this is so much better. Cutlery was actually in a great spot, but it was overcrowded. And of course, now we have moved all the aluminum foil, stuff like that, into a place of honor instead of it being like crazy pants. And, the food storage. Look at it, really look at it. So organized. She has way too much. She's not here to declutter, but I'm loving it. And the thing she wanted the most was her many mixing bowls, which were shoved way across the kitchen, now exactly where she can get them in a second. What's in the bottom? Oh, baking pans. I'm so clever. And this bar, that used to be basically nothing, now has so much purpose. Junk drawer, of course, for all the junk, but this beverage drawer is making my heart so happy. Look at this tea, beautiful. All the things she's using for beverages, everything has a designated zone. We have a zone for parties. We have a zone for baking. It's like organizing dream come true. I'm so grateful to Krista for allowing us to come in her house while she's on vacation and use her kitchen as an example to show you how to zone. This is hands down the biggest mistake that most people are making. And yes, it doesn't look very different on the outside, but behind closed doors, that's what really matters. This went from an unpractical kitchen to a super functional one, and we were done by 4 o'clock. So it doesn't take a lot of time and you don't have to spend a dime. I did use some dollar store containers, but even without that, just moving things around so that it makes more sense is all you need to do to have a tidier and organized kitchen. Thank you guys so much for those of you who have stayed to the end. You ask all the time for me to go back and revisit places I organized in the past. Guess what? Krista's not here. Want to snoop and see if her bedroom's still tidy? Let's go. Okay, watch out for the camera gear. This room, it's still okay. But look it! She even still put the tray out. Everything looks, I snooped, you guys, in every cabinet. I snooped everywhere. It has been a while since I did this room, and look it! It's staying organized. That's the power of real organization. It's like it stops you from being on this cycle of cleaning and then getting messy again. You do it once, you do it right, and it stays organized forever. Sorry, Krista, that I snooped, but also it looks amazing.